Thank you all for coming along tonight. Welcome to the Mulgrave Country Club. Welcome along to That's Good for Footy. These are the only live and interactive footy panel shows going around in Australia. This is where the fans meet the players and the players meet the fans and the fans meet the players, and that's how it goes, because that's what you're going to do tonight. These are for the passionate supporters, the ones that really like the club. I presume that's most of you? Yeah. Some of you more than others. All right, I get it. Okay. Who wants to meet these guys? They're at the back and they're getting pretty comfortable, so we better get them out here to get them even more comfortable. Let's see what we can do with them when we get them out here. Please welcome to the show our first panellist. He was born on the 15th of January in 2001. He's played a total of 35 games and he's kicked a total of 56 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2020 when he plays for the Western Bulldogs Football Club. He wears the number 19 on his back. Could you please welcome to the stage, Cody Waitman?
Sons of the West, red, white and blue. We come out strong.
Hey, there he is. I think you can take the mute button off. You can get a little bit more excited if you want. Please don't hold back. Yeah, there you go. All right. You know, it's his first time on the show too, which is pretty bloody exciting. Nice to have you here, mate. Welcome along to That's Good for Footy. Isn't it great to see the Western Bulldogs fans just sitting there going, what do you got to tell me?
Absolutely. It's great to see everyone.
Yeah, we're going to have a good time with him tonight. You can tell he's smiling already, can't you? All right. We'll make sure that you have a good time. You got to always just be gentle with them and, you know, ease them in. A bit like an old man into a warm bath, you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, we're going to go down that path. Yeah, a bit like that.
Haven't got there yet.
No, haven't got there. I know all about that. Let's get our second panellist out here. He was born on the 7th of July in 1996. He's played a total of 148 games and he's kicked 37 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2015. When he plays for the Western Bulldogs Football Club, he wears the number 35 on his back. Could you please welcome to the stage, Caleb Daniel?
Sons of the West, red, white and blue.
Turn it up, Sam, turn it up.
We come out strong, Bulldogs through and through.
Well, none of you want to sing it. Come on, guys. All right, that'll do, Sam. Nice to see you here, Caleb. Welcome. You know, Caleb's been on the show once before, so it's great to have him back on. Things have changed a little bit. We're in a different venue. We're not over that side of town. We're here. Welcome, though, mate. How's everything going?
Yeah, it's going really well. I had such a good time last time, so I thought I'd rock up again, which is, it's a good time.
We like that. Like that. Good answer.
Fair drive over here, though.
Yeah, we like that. Let's get into it in our first segment. We want to find out a little bit more about them. We're going to do it in front of you. It's called a segment called Who Are You? All right, intros and everything. What I'm going to do here, boys, I'm going to ask you a few questions. You just feel however you feel when you just blurt it on out and let it happen. We'll start with the first question. At school, what sort of a student were you?
A+.
A+?
No, not at all. About a C, but I tried hard.
Yeah, and did they always say that down the bottom of the report card?
Every time.
He always tries hard.
That's what my parents wanted, so as long as I got that, I got through the parent-teacher interviews.
Nice. What was it like for you?
Yeah, I was probably the opposite. I didn't try hard enough and just managed to scrape through, so always a bad influence on me mates, so cheeky little fella.
He'd be a really good student if he paid more attention in class, that kind of thing.
Stop talking to your mates. So, always work hard.
Yeah, I know it well. Hey, growing up as a kid, would you catch up with friends after school and go for a kick down at the park or at a local, game? Like, what would you do? Would that happen for you?
I used to love doing that. I think I'm originally from Queensland, so I sort of grew up loving NRL rugby league and moved down to Adelaide when I was 6 or 7. So sort of fell in love with team sports up in Queensland, and then anything I could do to join a team and have a kick, I did. So yeah, it was great. Loved doing that. Loved going and watching AFL when I could, or Sandful, or would spend most Saturdays and Sundays having a kick around.
Excellent. And you would obviously, because of the circumstance of not growing up in either area, but you found a few mates and you go down to the park and do that, have the chance to do that?
Yeah, it was great. Obviously, going to school is the best thing that you can do, and joining a footy club sort of dove into the deep end there, and it's pretty daunting as a 6 or 7 year old not knowing anyone. So but everyone's got a common goal, and they all love having a kick with their mates, which is the most important thing. So we all enjoyed it, and that's how sort of I found me feet.
How it evolved, yeah. Tell us about yours journey. What was it like for you? What did you
so footy and basketball were my two main ones growing up. Loved them both, and I remember every lunchtime it was either footy or basketball, often footy, Jack in the Pack, and used to just absolutely love it. And I think, growing up I was totally addicted to footy. Okay. That's probably where my homework and stuff didn't get done, and I was lucky enough, Mum and Dad put a basketball court in back at home, and
cool.
I used to just go from one end kicking at the basketball ring all the time with Dad, and used to love it. So sometimes I'd get it in the hoop and it'd be great, but I'd just be all day. That's my memory as a kid, just kicking at the basketball hoop.
Brilliant, I like that. What was your favourite subject at school? Did you have one?
PE, obviously.
Most football players say that.
Yeah, that's probably the only one that I was good at. So that and biology.
Could not wait to get to school when it was PE day, because you knew it was going to be one day of that week, normally on a Thursday. Did you dominate at lunchtime in the schoolyard at kick to kick? What sort of a kid were you at school? Would you go out at lunchtime and get out there and you had the skills?
Yeah, absolutely. But I was usually at the bottom of the pack. I'm not rising too high at my height. So, it wasn't taking too many hangers in Jack in the Pack. Probably Cody I was leaving it up to him. So my shoulders are still a bit sore from the old schoolyard.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I loved it. Every now and then get a hanger at lunchtime, and it's good fun. But
absolutely,
I wish footy was more like that these days, where you just get a free run and jump, sit on your mate's head.
Yeah, I completely understand that. Who did you grow up barracking for, both of you?
I was the Pies.
Oh, okay. It's all right. It's all right. Okay.
Yep.
We move along nice and quick. We won't delve into it. Yeah.
No, I was a bit of a weirdo. I didn't really support anyone sort of past the age of 10 or 12, so I was just sort of cruising around. I just enjoyed watching players and different things like that, so I didn't really care
that's
who
how
won.
It went.
Yeah,
that's how it was. Going back to your first game, you've just been told you're playing this week. Who was the first person that you told, and what was their reaction? Do you remember that?
I told my old man and my mum. I think they were together at the time, so just gave them a phone call, and they were pretty surprised, pretty ecstatic, but you have to keep it on the hush, so you find out a little bit earlier than you guys find out during the week, but you got to make sure you don't let your family tell anyone, because you never know what can get out there. So I made them zip their mouth and not tell anyone. So it's pretty surprising though, because I found out on a Thursday, we were playing on a Saturday, so they had to book everything and find their way over. So
So their initial reaction, what was it?
Yeah, they were something similar to that.
Something like that?
Yeah, a bit like that, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Maybe a few more swear words and different things like that. Yeah,
cool.
they're a bit like that, so it was good.
Yeah, good. All right.
Great.
And tell me about your experience. How did it go for you? Who'd you tell?
Yeah, my first year was the hub, so I had no family or mates anywhere near me, so I jumped on FaceTime and I let Mum and Dad know. Yeah. And like Caleb, my old man, they're from out in Pakenham and a few explosives, and he let rip. He was pretty happy. I
actually have seen the footage, but for the others that haven't, I think he was down in the farm or down in somewhere, and Mum was inside, and he was like, "Mate, you're kidding me? No way!" He was like that excited for you. Yeah, absolutely stoked. How good's that? He played a big role in it, obviously, and so did Mum, and they were stoked for me. Yeah, good. That's the reason I actually asked the question, because it's great to talk about family in that reason. What was the emotion like for you when you're finally at the club and you get to put the jumper on for the first time in the change rooms? First time, remember what that was like? Yeah, it was crazy. I think, I got my jumper presented by Terry Wheeler, who's obviously a great at the club, and if anyone's heard the speech, you get pretty G'd up by it and you're probably ready to run through the wall. But unfortunately, I had to wait until the next day to do that. So, I suppose putting it on, I was a sub, so it was back when that sort of rule was really kicking around, and that was a bit of a pain in the arse, I suppose, having to wait until someone got injured or anything like that. So I came on at half time, which Jordan Rufford. Jordan, yes. Jordan Rufford, hurt his back, so came on there, got told, and then I was pretty nervous, but it was pretty cool. Not to go into it and hash over it, but what was it like when you're really literally, you're not a fan anymore, you're not a supporter, you've actually just pulling on the jumper and you're going, mate, I'm going out there to play for the Dogs. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
obviously dreamt of that moment, particularly your whole life, I suppose. It didn't matter who you were playing for; you were going to try and do them proud. So,
For sure.
but thinking about the people that have represented it, the people that I'd played with.
There it is.
Yeah, it was really special, and I suppose you still get sort of chills from it.
Brilliant.
Thinking about
I'm
it.
getting goosebumps myself. No, that's good. Well
That's
done.
good.
Cody?
Yeah.
Tell us about that for you.
I remember feeling quite weird. I thought I was going to be bricking it a bit. I thought I'd be really rattled. For some reason, I wasn't on my debut, and I was just excited. That was the main emotion that I felt.
Okay.
And went out and we had a good win over Essendon, and it was a surreal week. It wasn't as I imagined, waking up in a hotel room and being stuck in a little hotel. We couldn't leave all day, so getting the bus to the game in Queensland to play a home game and stuff like that was bizarre, but I just remember being so excited, and I was more scared the weeks after, but the debut was just a thrill.
How cool is that? I don't think you've lost any of that emotion either.
No, try not to.
Certainly it looks that way anyway. Yeah, that'd be true. Yeah,
confirm,
yeah. Did you used to collect footy cards when you were growing up? And if you did, two-part question, what was it like when you first saw yours?
Yeah, I did. I was lucky, so I've got a brother that's about 7 years older than me.
Okay.
So I got to the age where I wanted to do footy cards, and it was pretty much all set up. I threw out a few retirees and then got a few draftees instead. But I used to love hustling kids at school. I'm a bit of a businessman, so I'd be trading one card for three, and just kids that didn't know footy, I'd just use it to my advantage.
Yeah, right. How cool
You're
is that?
genius. No, I didn't.
Just before you go on, sorry to interject. What was it like when you saw yours?
Yeah, that was bizarre.
A surreal moment?
I actually, the first one I saw was one of those like superimposed graphic ones, and I looked shocking, so I was a bit flat with that, but still surreal that it was me and my name on
Wow,
it.
that's so cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I never actually collected footy cards. I obviously saw them around and different things like that. So, but yeah, I suppose seeing your own, I'm never going to look good on a footy card because I wear a helmet and 5'6" and pretty stocky, so it's never going to look too good. But it's always a surreal moment. You always sort of like, what the hell's going on here?
Absolutely. Does everyone in the family barrack for now who you play for, or do they barrack for still somebody else? Is there any divide between the family, or is everyone on board with you?
Everyone's on the
Everyone's
doggies
on board?
train, so it's good.
Yeah.
It goes a bit unspoken in my family. I think loosely they go for the dogs. I think everyone in direct family do, but Gran sort of avoids the question, so I think she's Carlton. 80 years of Blues, I'll give it to her.
Yeah, right, okay. You've got to give her that then. Yeah, I get that. Can you remember your first day turning up at the club for training? What were you thinking? Were you nervous? Were you anxious? This is your very first day at the club. You know, where do I park? Where do I go?
It was a while ago now. I actually sort of first flew in on a Sunday and went straight into the footy club. They sort of gave me a tour around the place because I'd never seen it before. And then I had to go straight to my host family's house with Lucas Webb, who had just been drafted as well, who I'd never met before. He's given me a lift there, and we're, talking shit in the car. And then, sort of rock up, and my host family, there was probably as many people in this room as when I got there, so she loved to entertain, and she's like, I may as well throw you in the deep end. So we met the whole extended family on the first day, so that was quite daunting. But then, rolling into the footy club, we got there, I think about training started at 9:30. I reckon we got there at 7. Freaking out about the traffic from Laverton. So
in the big smoke now.
Yeah, exactly. Got there then, and then you see guys that like you've looked up to forever, like Bob Murphy and Matthew Boyd, Dale Morris. They were all still kicking around then. So it was pretty cool, and they're just regular dudes. So
how's that?
That sort of put your
what
mind
a
at
whirlwind.
ease. Yeah, it was
Your
crazy.
head must have been spinning.
Yeah, it was, and then you get looked after a fair bit in your first sort of pre-season, I suppose, where you got pulled out of a few different things, and you just want to get out there and do everything that everyone's doing. But pulled out, you do a few kicking drills, and then you're all of a sudden doing a 2K time trial with just the draftees and no one else. So a little bit strange. Yeah,
that's cool, man. Please share your story.
Yeah, I recall it quite clearly. It was only 2.5 years ago for me, but similar to Caleb walking in and seeing these guys that you always looked up to. He's probably one of them, and like he said, they're just human, as he sort of attests to today. But I remember the first day very clearly, and I still remember going out and training and having a kick with these people, and it's amazing how you just got drafted and you're feeling great about yourself, and then you forget to kick within a day, and you overthink everything, and you miss one kick to him, and you're like, he thinks I suck, and so I remember the first day I didn't train too great, and it was a blast.
Yeah, I remember Cody's first day too. I'm kidding.
Made a real impression. Yeah.
No, I got no idea.
That's cool. But it would be intimidating at the same time as being nervous, and you want to put on your best, your best foot forward, really.
Totally.
And then you've got the likes of, Marcus Bonampelli and individuals like that are sort of walking around the club, and brilliant. Hey, what was the biggest crowd that you first played in front of, and what was that feeling like?
The biggest one that I had. I was lucky enough to play in the granny, so 99,996 or something, I think. I don't know exactly, but
give or take one or two.
Yeah, it's just flattening. It didn't tick over the 100,000, but that's the biggest one that I played in. But I think initially probably like 40 against Carlton in my debut. I think it was about that at Etihad. Yeah. So
2016 was an unbelievable year for the Western Bulldogs. We went and saw the grand final down at Crown, and I could not believe. I was just so over the moon that you guys did what you did. But I suppose the point that I wanted to make from it is that, what was it like for you, knowing that, one, you're playing in a grand final, but you are coming out in front of that many people?
I actually thought I'd sleep worse than what I did. I slept like a baby the night before, and like I said before, even rocking up to training 2.5 hours early, I was there 3 hours early for the granny, and there was a huge security line. I actually drove my mum in, and I almost was like, I got to park the car and jump out and take a piss in the MCG car park, pretty much. So sort of didn't do that. I held on.
What was that?
That was before all the COVID stuff hit as well, so the line was moving a bit quicker. But yeah, it was crazy, I suppose. And then you sort of run out there. The pre-game's a little bit different because you got people singing their songs. I can't remember who our person was, but they obviously weren't great. But yeah, had them, and you sort of have a kick for 10 minutes, and then you go back into the rooms, and then you've got to run out and get a photo, and there's so many people. So yeah, it's pretty surreal.
Pinch yourself moment? Did you have one?
When I had 0 touches in the first quarter.
Yeah, right.
Wasn't necessarily the dream start to an AFL granny that I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Started on the pine, came on about halfway through the first quarter, and then came off 5 minutes ago in the first. But yeah, I suppose just realising this is how much you've worked. Yeah. Like, you've worked your backside off all. I don't know, I was at 19 at the time, so 19 or 14 years probably of playing footy. So I think I can't remember thinking my legs were sore yet. So yeah, it was
Brilliant.
pretty cool.
Love it. Thanks for sharing. Yours?
Yeah, I'm probably a little bit underwhelming, but 60,000 I think last year, which was still awesome in the granny.
Yeah.
Mind you, I think on the weekend against the D's, that was probably the loudest I've actually probably heard.
Yeah.
And it was nowhere near full, but you guys are amazing. It was great.
How electric was that?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, brilliant. And do you find it different? There are other questions I'll allude to, but just while we're on that topic, playing at Marvel with the roof closed and the lights flashing and all that going on, is that do you get absorbed? Do you absorb that emotion, but you really suck it up and it becomes part of your playing style?
Yeah, I think for me, I totally feed on the crowd, and that's it. Just I feel energy coming into me, and I do rely on that a little bit in games, and vice versa. This week against Geelong with the crowd against us, I feed on that too. I really enjoy that as well. So when we go to Port Adelaide, we get a lot of that. I love both ways, and it's. I think as a kid, you always idolise the idea of playing in front of a crowd, and you slowly get closer and closer as you go through under 18s and stuff. And then when you first get a crowd, it's hard to describe. It's just like someone's injecting adrenaline into you, really. You actually feel it, and you're just charged up and no fatigue, and it's a great feeling,
And again, while we're on this subject, because I thought this was an opportune moment to bring it up, imagine how Jamie Elliott would have been feeling to take that mark and to kick that goal on the siren to win the game. How do you feel about an emotion like that? I mean, that's every boy's dream, to play football and to do something like that.
Yeah, literally everyone. You wouldn't ask anyone who's played footy that hasn't dreamt about doing that. So, spine tingling sort of stuff. I that's probably one of the only games of footy I've watched this year, and I was pretty lucky to watch that
Absolutely.
one. Yeah, can't believe how bad the young fella who missed the goal at the other end would have felt. Would have been quite the opposite, I would have thought.
Wow. You would thrive in a moment like that?
I hope so. We'll find out at Geelong this week.
Good. I like it. Good answer. Very nice. Very well said. If it was your choice, not the coach's, what position do you think best suits you?
In the ruck.
Yeah, right. Good answer. I wonder if that might happen.
Yeah. Hope.
Actually, it did once. Oh, no, you were playing it. Yeah.
It was Stephen King, our old midfield coach, he actually said if he can get me a hit out in his whole career of being a coach, he can die a happy man. So waiting for Kingy to potentially come back to the Dogs and try and work that out.
Good set. Brilliant. Cody?
I like forward, but maybe half back, get a few more touches.
Yeah, right.
Cheapies, kick-ins.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind kicking a snag as well, getting it delivered down there.
Yeah, don't worry. There's a bit of love and animosity from both. Yeah, I get it. Hey, was footy the only sport that you were ever interested in? I know you alluded to basketball before, but was there a moment for you where you had to make a decision between the two sports?
Yeah, I did footy and basketball as my main two. I was also a pretty keen swimmer growing up.
Okay.
Did a fair bit of that. As the youngest of 4 kids, I was sort of dragged around all the sports my siblings were doing, and I either had to join in or watch, and that was a pretty obvious choice for me. So sisters would do netball, I'd fill in for the netball teams. I'd do basketball with my brother, and I'd swim in the mornings with my brother and sisters.
Cool's that?
Tried gymnastics, tennis. Mum and Dad just said, go get them, son. Yeah.
I love it. Well said.
Yeah, I was pretty similar. I actually tried gymnastics as well when I was young, but yeah, I had to sort of choose between cricket and footy a little bit. I wouldn't say I had to choose, but it was pretty black and white for me. I was definitely going to choose footy, but I suppose I've made some representative teams playing cricket, and I sort of our family was in a great financial spot, and I didn't think I should do both. Put the family out, and so I pulled the pin on the cricket career. But to be honest, I was pretty rapt about that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Sacrifices from an early stage. Do you watch a lot of footy on TV? And if you do you watch it with the sound up or down?
I don't watch too much footy. No, I try not to.
I'm deteriorating. I used to watch every game each week before getting drafted, and now I'm finding a bit more of a happy balance. I still do watch a lot. I'll keep my eye on the game and not vividly watch it, but I'm TV up when it gets closer, but just leave it in the background.
Wow, interesting. Okay. Outside of AFL, what is the other sport that you like to watch? So something that, if you know it's going to be on, you're going to be watching it.
Probably the NBA, probably basketball for me. Unfortunately, it was never going to be a career choice. So, but yeah, I love watching it. They're super athletic, obviously, and it's pretty crazy to think of some of the stuff. Guys that are 6'8", 6'9", even taller are doing on a court, and I really admire the way they go about their business as well.
And you watched the most recent one, the NBA against Celtics and Golden State.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Are you happy with that result?
Yeah, I'm a Miami Heat man, so anytime the Celtics get beaten, it's pretty good for us.
Yeah,
so,
good. Okay. Cody?
Game of Test cricket. Get glued into that, particularly in Australia when they're playing around here. I love that.
Yeah, good. All right. Is there a song or music that gets you pumped or puts you into the zone? Is there something that you actually want to listen to because it really fires you up? Do you have something like that?
I'm Fleetwood Mac. It really gets me going. I love Fleetwood Mac.
Which song would it be?
Probably The Chain.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, good.
Bevo actually used The Chain as sort of a theme, so that works perfectly for you.
I was actually on it before that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's not taking credit for that, is he? No, it was yours. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I sort of fluctuate. I do definitely listen to music. Like, I flat out listen to music, but I don't know, really. Some get me going more than others. I suppose there's a song called Best Day Ever by Mac Miller.
Know it well.
Yeah, do you really?
Yeah,
I
like it.
Yeah,
I like
awesome.
Mac Miller. Unfortunately, rest in peace, Mac Miller.
Yeah, rest in peace. But yeah, Best Day Ever is probably one of mine. It gets me emotional, so it's nice.
Yeah, good. Excellent. I like it. You've been handed a first-class ticket to travel anywhere in the world. Where are you going and why?
Europe, somewhere.
Europe?
Yeah.
Any destination in particular that you really want to see?
I'm not really sure. I've been to a few different places in Europe, but haven't been able to. Obviously, it's summer over there now, and we're midway through the year, so haven't been able to go there in summer. So waiting until I'm a little bit older, hopefully, to get over there in summer. That'd had big goals. But yeah, I've actually never had it. I've gone to London 3 times and I've never had a good time. I've either been crook or hungover or any of the above for the whole time I've been there. So it's never been good.
How is it? You wouldn't want to be there at the moment. Only 5% of people have got air conditioning and it's like 40 degrees every day. It's just insane.
Would you rather be there than here though?
No, I love Australia.
Okay, there you
I
go.
love Melbourne. I'm pretty cool here.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Sorry, Cody, what about you?
I'm glad you said that. I'm currently booking trip there, so I might pull the pin on that. But
Yeah, no.
I'll be there. Once you're in the granny, I'll head over and enjoy some time there.
Excellent. Well, everyone's got to go and explore it in some way, shape or form. Hey, do you have that one mate, that that likes to give you advice on your football?
Dad.
Oh, yeah? Does he really? Yeah. Can you allude into a little bit more? Give us a...
I always did it growing up and it was great, but now I actually have coaches and I don't think he's realised, but he sometimes, I don't think he knows he does it. It's kind of cute.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, my dad will give me a text message after every game, tell me what I did well, tell me what I didn't.
Really?
He's pretty spot on, which is good. But
Yeah.
I've actually got a mate who plays like Div 2s, Amos in Adelaide, who will let me know how well I'm going,
How cool's that?
which is
Yeah,
always appreciated a fair bit.
How nice. Can I just go back to your dad? Is his advice like spot on as well, as Caleb was saying?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
His timing he's got to work on. When I'm driving home from the game and I haven't had a good one, it's probably give me a day.
Let
My
it
favourite is
sink
just
in
Caleb,
first.
that wasn't your best one yet.
Yeah, you worked hard tonight, mate.
Thanks, man.
Oh, well, at least they're involved. That's good. Hey, really quick one here. How are you with interstate flying? Do you you've got to take a pillow, you've got to put your headphones on, you need leg room? Well, of course you need leg room, let's not go crazy here. But my point being is what sort of a traveller are you for all your games?
I'm pretty cruisy, yeah, pretty light on. Take whatever I need to wear. You got a phone now that does everything for you, so spend a fair bit of time on that. I wouldn't like to look at my screen time when I'm over in interstate. But funny story about leg room. There was a trip coming home from Perth a fair while ago, and every single player got business class. Except for me. So that was my one and only opportunity,
You're
and I got
joking.
pulled. Yeah, and I got dropped the week after. So
Ripped
I don't know
off.
if it was because I was short or if I just played a bad game.
No way. Oh, well, I know a flight attendant. She might be able to look after you one time if you get on the plane. She'll move you up to the pointy end of the plane. How are you with flying? Any routine that you need to be in, or do you need to have stuff downloaded on your iPad before you go? Or what's the situation for you?
I'm not very good at sitting still for long periods.
I can imagine.
I don't.
In all due respect.
Yeah, I don't love flying, but I actually enjoyed the trip. So
Okay.
I've started doing a lot of drawing and stuff. So I generally do that on the plane now on the way there, and before you know it, you're landing.
Wow.
But yeah, with the pillow and stuff, I like taking a pillow. I lose everything. Mum killed me when I was growing up about it, but now it's my stuff. I bought it, and it actually is annoying.
I'll do what I want. It's mine.
Yeah.
How cool is that? You're about to be in for a rude shock if you're going to England. You've got a long time on a plane.
It's not coming back.
I'll just give you the tip. Boys, a couple of little things here. Do any of the following things infuriate or frustrate you beyond comprehension? 1, waiting in a queue, being stuck in traffic, being put on hold, waiting for a green arrow at a set of traffic lights, streaming service or internet buffering, or waiting for the microwave to finish.
Just one or all the above.
Yeah,
Exactly.
All of them, yeah.
All of them,
yeah.
And you'll be the same, Cody, I imagine?
Absolutely.
Absolutely,
Don't make me wait.
Yeah, okay. You must choose one of the following life moments. Your partner is giving birth to your first child. Your best mate is getting married on a yacht in Monte Carlo when he's shouting you an all-expenses trip holiday. You're playing in an AFL Grand Final. Or you have won an Access All Areas pass to see your favourite band on the planet. Which one are you choosing?
You can't really go past the birth of your kid, can you?
I was gonna.
Yeah. Where were you going?
I haven't got a partner.
The holiday.
I'm beyond the yacht.
Sorry, but he's going on the yacht. All right, it's done. Yeah. That's so cool. Well done, boys. All right, here's your last one. One of the following is being placed in front of you. Which one are you eating? Cream bun, meat pie, custard tart, vanilla slice, glazed or cinnamon donut, or chocolate?
Yeah, I think either chocolate or a meat pie. I've randomly been on savoury food lately, so I've given the sweets up.
There you go.
Meat pie, I actually had one today.
He's on a health kick. I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the boys. That was really cool. That was fun. We like to do that just to settle into the show and get you a little bit more familiar with them and find out stuff that might give you a little bit more insight. So when you're standing around the water cooler at work, you can say, you know what I know about these boys? There you go. Hey, what a weekend of footy it was last weekend. Let's hope that we get the same this weekend. We're going to talk about it. It is a footy panel show. We'll get in and out of it as quickly as we can. But there are things that we want to discuss. I'll go through it with you boys. It's our first game. We're going to kick it off Friday, July the 29th. It's fifth place Freo versus second place Melbourne. It's at 8:10 p.m. At Optus in Perth. Big game for both clubs. Melbourne's offensive pressure has been really poor of late and they have lost 5 of their last 8. They don't need to drop this one. Brown out, Lever back. Freo are coming off the draw from last week against the Tigers and it's hard to see where they'll get their goal scorers coming from. Fife out, Lob out, or at least under a cloud. They shot out of the blocks by round 8. They were 7-1, and the coach came out and he said, hey, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Wasn't he on the money there? What do you think here, boys? Freo versus Melbourne at Optus.
Well, we've just beaten Melbourne. I reckon Freo, but I hope there's a fair few contests and it's a bruisey affair because we may have them in the coming week or two.
Bring your mouthguard kind of football.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
I hope it's raining at Optus anyway.
Yeah, okay. Cody?
I think the D's will respond against
Okay.
Freo. The bit I saw of the Freo game was pretty low scoring and probably a concern for them.
Yeah.
But I think the D's will respond.
So those points that I was making, that I find it hard to find out where the goal scorers are going to come from. And having Lob out, he's a big exclusion. He is under a cloud. I haven't heard whether he is going to be playing or not, but it's going to be a difficult game for them. Let's go to this one. It's Saturday, July the 30th. Fourth placed Pies versus 11th placed Port Adelaide. This game, 1:45 at the MCG. Both these clubs gave it their all last weekend. Unfortunately for Port, they just came up against a better team in Geelong on the day. It was a great game of footy, though. Georgiades. Wow, man, he put in his nomination for Mark of the Year. The Pies, their last 8 wins have been under 10 points. The Iceman, Jamie Elliott, sealed the game with his kick on the siren to get the Pies across the line. Pies kicked their first 6 goals in the first. I thought it was all over. Special mention to Josh Dacos's goal, reminiscent of his old man. What do you think here, boys, in relation to who you would tip here? Pies versus Port Adelaide, and it is at the MCG.
Yeah, mate.
I'll go the Pies, stay loyal to my childhood.
Yeah, okay, all right.
I think Port Adelaide. I can't. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why why Collingwood are in the 4. They've sort of mustered some wins together, put in some good performances, but some lacklustre ones as well. And I think Port Adelaide played really well against Geelong, so they got a coach that's under fire as well. Seeing some stuff from Adelaide coming out, so I think they'll respond pretty well.
Good take. I like it. All right. Saturday, July the 30th again. This game, Sydney versus GWS. I think they don't call it the Battle of the Bridges anymore. I don't even know what they call it. I don't think anyone here cares. But it's at 2:10 p.m. at the SCG. It's Sydney in 6th position versus GWS, who are in 15th. Sydney got off to a flyer against the Crows last week. They looked very dominant, ended up winning by 33 points. The Giants went down by 36 to Carlton. Toby Green also submitted his entry for Mark of the Year contender as well. What do you think here, boys? Sydney versus GWS?
I think the Swans are too good. They bashed us up a fair bit when we played them, and I think they'll do similar to GWS. I know that they're usually tight games, those games, but I'm taking the Swans on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, going off us playing those 2 teams, I think we beat GWS and Sydney belted us, so I'll go Swans.
Swans. Sounds fair enough to me. This game, 4:35 p.m. at Marvel Stadium. The Saints in 9th position versus the Hawks are in 13th. Saints went to Perth where they hadn't won against the Eagles for 12 years. So it was a good win for them. Good win, but at the cost of Billings and now no rider for 4 to 6 weeks. Jack Steele, I think Jade Gresham as well could be out. But Jack Steele continues to rack up possessions with 40 on the weekend. Hawks also got off to a flyer. They kicked 8 first half goals. And a good for footy moment was Jack Gunston's return with 5-goal haul in memory of his dad, which was pretty cool. I like that part. Saints versus Hawks down at Marvel. Who do you think here?
I like the Hawks in this one. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the Hawks too. I think attacking footy brand at Marvel is going to be pretty special, so I reckon they'll take the game away from the Saints.
Isn't that interesting? Because, you look at the Saints in 9th and you'd expect them to really come out and give it a red-hot go, but I think based on just the rolling season for them. It hasn't been one of their best. Let's go to this game, 7:30pm at Adelaide Oval. It's Adelaide versus Carlton. Adelaide in 16th position versus Carlton in 7th. Crows lost by 33. Blues were 36-point winners. It's so good to see Charlie back playing good footy. He now leads the Coleman medal with 57 goals. The weekend continued to deliver the high-flying contenders for Mark of the Year. Adam Sard took to the skies with a ripper grab. Who do you think is going to win this game?
Yeah, I think Carlton will be too strong.
Yep.
Yeah, they're playing some pretty good footy. They got some pretty handy mids and 2 big key forwards, so I think they'll win that one.
Okay.
You're probably right. I'd go Adelaide though, just for fun if I was tipping.
Yeah, all right. Let's just throw a cat amongst the pigeons. Yeah, I like that. 7:25 at Alphabet Stadium. We'll come back to this, Geelong versus Bulldogs. We'll chat about that game in a little bit detail shortly. We'll go over to here, Sunday, July the 31st. This is 12th position Gold Coast versus 17th position West Coast. I think they're playing for the I Couldn't Give a Stuff Cup. This is at 1:10pm at Metricon. Gold Coast matched it with the Lions last week, but just couldn't go all the way, losing by 17 points, and the Eagles went down by 28. Nice goal of the year submissions from the Big O and Joey D. Gold Coast versus West Coast. What do you think, boys?
I think Gold Coast, they're actually pretty handy. I think, they play some good footy. They're just a little bit up and down, so I reckon they'll go well, and Tuke Miller will have over 40, I reckon, if you're going to put money on it.
They have been a real surprise packet. I thought their brand of football has been fantastic. Great that Stewie Jew's been signed on for another 2. So, yeah.
Yeah, well said.
Yep, right, that's it. He gave his tip. We're done. All right, in and out with that one. Let's go to this game, 3:20pm at the MCG. It's Richmond in 10th position versus Brisbane in 3rd. Tigers last 3, a 2-point loss, a 4-point loss, and then a draw. A very up and down season for them. They are currently sitting in 10th position with 9 wins and 8 losses and the draw. The Lions with a nice win against their crosstown rivals, the Suns. Brisbane versus Richmond at the MCG.
Brisbane, when we played them, they were just a nice team, I reckon. They're pretty covered across whole lines, and I think they'll be too hard to beat. I hope they do for our position on the ladder too.
Exactly,
Yeah, I agree. I'm fingers crossed that Richmond lose.
Yeah.
Hope so.
That's better said than I hope Brisbane do all right. I hope Richmond lose. Okay, let's go to this game, 4:40pm at Marvel. Bombers in 14th position versus the Roos in 18th. The Bombers were unlucky not to get the chocolates. It came down to a nail-biting finish. Draper continues to show flashes of his potential brilliance. The Kangaroos were given a football reality lesson against the Hawks in their 46-point loss. What do you think there, boys? Any tips on that one?
Bombers versus a dual win. We'll go with them.
Yeah. Okay.
They just beat Richmond.
True.
No, I'll go with the other team. I can't remember who they were playing.
Roos versus Bombers?
The Bombers, yeah, they'll go all right. Yeah, they're not too bad.
All right, okay. Paying attention here, everyone? I hope, yeah, all right, good. Hey, the game we now want to discuss in greater detail is this one. It's Cats v Dogs. We'll do that in our next little segment. It's called Tell Me More. You're still awake? Yeah, you're all good? Okay, that's good. Yeah, excellent. Hey, each week we ask the panellists to give their thoughts and opinions on all things in and around football. We're not trying to make or break the news here. We're just trying to get your thoughts and opinions straight from you guys. So let's do it. Round 20, Cats v Dogs in what I would consider to be the game of the round. It's down at Alphabet Stadium. It kicks off at 7:25. Let's discuss it. Cats are looking very much like the team to beat currently. They have a good mix of old and new: Hawkins, Cameron, Rowan, Duncan, Toohey, Selwood, Dangerfield, and the one who doesn't get mentioned enough, Cam Guthrie. Plus, you've now got the new breed of Close, Stengel, Atkins and de Koning, who have really stepped up. They now have 9 on the trot. And with Tom Stewart still to come back into the side, the one thing the Doggy supporters should like is that Reece Stanley will be missing, which is good for the informed Tim English. Give us some feedback on what I've just read out there.
Yeah, the Cats are obviously another team that are going well again this year and have for so long now.
Yeah.
And down there, they're really tough to beat. We found that out last year when we were going really well, and we brought some of our best footy to them, and they hung on there after the siren. But we've got absolutely nothing to lose this week, and we sort of like playing like that. So we'll be having a real crack down there this week, and I'm optimistic.
Yeah, good. I like that. We're going to have a real crack. That's what you want to hear. Beautiful. Hey, talk about fast game last week. 20 goals in the first half. How much does that take out of you?
I didn't play, so...
No, Sorry. That was
Takes
my
it out
fault.
of me emotionally watching. I'm no good at watching.
You're exhausted, mate.
I was
Absolutely spent.
I spent a little bit of time in the crowd with you guys when Mara kicked that goal, so I was up and about. It was great, yeah.
I suppose the question that I wanted to allude to is how much does it take out of you when it's that fast-paced and there's 20 goals kicked in the first half? Is that, like, quite exhausting? You need the half-time break just to, gather your thoughts and gather your momentum again?
Yeah, I think when the footy's going quick, as a forward, I'm pretty happy. So more running forward rather than backwards. So I think it's a bit of a deceiving one because you probably do run a bit more, but when it's up and back, but you feel like you're engaged and you're a chance to get the ball. And when it's a low-scoring game as a forward and you don't feel like the ball's coming through much and you're doing a lot of running, you notice every step a bit more. So for me, I felt pretty good coming in at half-time on the weekend. And if I could choose how footy was these days, I'd have every game over 100 points each team.
Brilliant.
I think you also got 21 minute times to rest sort of thing. You got someone having a set shot for 30 seconds that you can rest and then they kick it through, they got to bring the ball back. So I feel like you get a little bit more rest in that. So but yeah, like you said, I think the fast pace up and back, that's when you're cooked if there's no stoppages and different things like that. You get
good. Understanding you weren't there last week, but I'm glad you stepped up and filled in. That was good. Hey, the D's went in without Brown and Lever. How much did this change the setup and the game plan going in, knowing that they obviously haven't got those two in? Was there much discussion about it?
There's a little bit of discussion. We had something that Lever might have been out earlier, so we didn't plan for it, but we had an idea if it did happen. And I don't think you have to plan too much around a backman going out. As forwards, we just like to bring what we bring and see if they can take it or not. And when the defenders, when they go out, we're happier. It makes it harder to take it to us.
Yeah, brilliant. About 8 weeks ago, I spoke to Libba and Brucey on the panel about how good it would be when Tim English gets some continuity into his game and if he gets some mongrel about him. Whoa, hasn't he done that? What a difference he is making. That goal he kicked the other night in the third was exactly the type of football. He's really developing into an all-rounder. What have you seen from him? I know he had a little bout of, he had to go into hospital, COVID-related or something along those lines. He had also an injury. He's come back. He's playing brilliant football. Tell us about what his development's like around at the club.
Yeah, it's awesome, Timmy. He came in as like a big string bean, so he was pretty light and obviously super tall, but he's actually really worked so hard in the gym to put on some size and be able to sit there and physically ruck and wrestle with guys that are massive. Maxi Gawn, Luke Jackson on the weekend, and he probably got the better of both of them, which is great. So I think that's a huge feather in his cap. As we've always known his running ability and the way that he's able to use the footy. He's a bit like Dean Cox from back in the day. So he'll keep getting 20 possessions and doing what he can. And as a backman, I'm loving what I'm seeing from him. He's floating back, helping us out. Really using that running power to get us going, taking intercept marks and different things like that. So it was great.
It's really interesting, Caleb, because I asked that question earlier about what it was like when you first turned up to the club. When he first turned up to the club, he was a beanpole and he was very, very quiet, and that's why I think everyone wanted to see a little bit of mongrel come out in him. After he kicked that goal in the third the other night, he was up and about and he came back and his chest was pumped out and, he was rock and roll.
Yeah, it's not very often you see a ruckman running across the arc having a shot from 50, so I would have been up and about myself. It's great. He's done it a few times now, and to see him get emotional is awesome as well. And I think, he's had a fair share of concussions as well. He's had a few of those, so you know that he's going to put his head over it or he's going to go back with the flight and try and take a mark for you. So he's a great teammate.
Brilliant, excellent. Speaking of developing footballers, Jamara is starting to find his way. With 5, he's getting more and more confident with every game that he gets, which is great to see as it takes a little bit longer for key position players. Normally, because they take a little bit longer, but with his 5 on Saturday night, they were pretty special, especially that last one, a nice little sealer from on the 50. That was a beautiful kick. I just wanted to say as well, Treloar had a really good game. Fingers crossed that everything will be okay with him. More good management than anything I would imagine, or on the side of caution. But just talking about Jamara, tell us what it's been like with him around at the club. Obviously, there's a lot of emphasis being on him being the number 1 draft pick. Has he been critical of that himself, or has the way that he's been managed by not just Luke but other individuals around at the club that are important to managing the players, that he's been able to keep a level head about it, because now he's starting to come out and play the football that I think not everybody was expecting but kind of was expecting. How's he handling that?
Yeah, I think the weekend was a testament to all the work that he's done, and probably even more so, or just as much, the coaching staff and the club that's put around Jamar. And from the start to when he comes in as pick one, it's a different prospect where there's so much attention and so much media coverage and pressure, I think, is the main one. And so I think as us boys, you sort of see that and you want to help him out. And I think he said it after the game, it's more of a marathon than anything. You've got to really build up to do what he does on the weekend, and he wasn't ready to do that in his first year in the media, and everyone else wanted him to, and I'm sure he did too. But it is a process, and I think as a fan, it's probably great to see that a player can come in like that with a lot of raw talent, and the club can develop him and really build a framework around the things that he brings to us. So it's exciting for him, and he knows now what he's got to do. He's got to bring his fundamentals, his contest work, and then the goals will come when it's his turn. But I think he's really knuckled down, done the work, and gotten the basics, and now we're seeing the flair come out.
Brilliant. What a bloody good answer. How good was that? Love it. Thank you very much, Cody. That was good. You were good against the Saints the other week. You made them look pretty average, and now you have claimed another big scalp in Melbourne on your way to the pointy end of the season. Just to note, you were beaten in the centre clearances by Petrarca, Oliver and Viney. They really got on top. So to come away with the win was pretty special. Now your run home is going to be big for the club. You've got the Cats this week, then Freo, GWS and the Hawks. Good time to stamp your credentials. The Saturday night games the last couple of weeks have been pretty awesome. I'm suggesting that this one should be no different. Put simply, where do you reckon this game will be won and lost? Cats versus Dogs down at GMHBA.
I think the way that we use the footy, I think they're intercepting defenders, and the way they're able to rebound, they like to chip it around until they can find a gap and then pierce you. So I think if we're able to keep the ball off them, use our strengths, I suppose kick it to Cody and Jamar and Big Juicy and all the guys up there. If we can kick it to their advantage, I think we're in for a good run, and our midfield's going to do what our midfield does. I know that they got beaten on the weekend, but they're implementing some stuff to stop that happening again. So I personally think that's probably where it's going to be won and lost.
Brilliant. Obviously, as I said, we had Josh on here the other week. His first game back. He's got to find his way again, but he takes important players from the other side. He'll get back to his best, no doubt, soon. We hope that goes very well for him. I'll give you the final word, if you dare. Your tip and margin.
The Dogs.
Yeah, good.
I was worried for a minute there.
When he paused like that, I went, oh, hang on. Yeah.
By 10. I reckon it's going to be a good game. And
excellent.
I reckon we get away with a nice one.
Nice, beautiful.
Yeah, I'm pretty similar. I think it'll be a tight one. I think a couple of goals will give us the
excellent.
win.
Yeah, good. Well, there you go. Off field,
I thought that was
we hope to see Caleb Daniel back, Taylor Duray, Anthony Scott, and Adam Treloar. All of those things going on. How are you progressing at the moment, mate?
Yeah, really well. I've got to get through training tomorrow, and then I'll put my hand up and see if Bevo wants to take me out there. But yeah, it's come along really well. It was a bit annoying, obviously. Good. It just sort of popped up out of nowhere, and it wasn't great timing.
No.
But I'd rather have it done now than towards the back end of the year. So when we're vying for those last spots or getting pushing deep into September.
Yeah, absolutely. I alluded to a couple of other names there. Taylor Duray, probably under a test as well.
Yeah. We had a big session on Saturday. We did about 13 Ks at the session together at the footy club together, which was great. Having someone to run alongside you, it can get pretty lonely out there at Whitten Oval when it's raining sideways and negative degrees. So it was nice to be able to go out there and run with him, and he's put up really well, and he's looking all right. So I think we'll be okay there.
Good. That was going to be my last one. Speaking of injuries, Cody, you did your elbow the other week, which looked pretty bloody awful. No doubt you're all Bulldogs fans and you would have seen it. Tell us your initial reaction. Did you think you'd done something worse? And the real important question, on a scale of 1 to 10, how painful was it?
I'll answer that one. The pain was a weird one because I snapped my collarbone 2 weeks earlier, and I recall I didn't know I did that one. So I kept playing for a minute or two, and then it really hit me.
Yep.
And with my elbow, I knew it was kind of similar. I could feel, obviously something looked wrong, but I could feel the pain was quite excruciating, but it was being masked by a bit of adrenaline and stuff. So
Yeah, right.
when Belly, our physio, actually got out to me, I told him to put it in as quickly as he could because I knew I only had a little bit of time before it was going to kick in. And people do say that when it gets put in, it's a big relief, and it actually was.
Wow. How's that? I've got to be honest with you, and I presume most of you people that were watching that game, when I saw him on the sidelines warming up again and doing some tackling, I was going, hang on, what happened? Did I just miss something? That was amazing. You came back out and played football. Like, your adrenaline and your passion for it just must have been amazing. Like, unbelievable.
Yeah, when I was coming off, obviously it didn't look great. I was pretty sure I wasn't coming back on. And they did a couple of these, and they were like, "Yeah, let's strap him up." And I was like, "Sorry." And then he's like, "All right, let's do some tackles," and it actually felt all right. But
Wow.
it helped that I had a few kicks prior, probably, and
Yeah.
I felt like getting back out there and getting the win. But
Kicked 5, mind you, up to that date.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was going all right.
That always
I
helps.
reckon my adrenaline would have been going okay too.
When you got your first tackle and you're back out there, you did get ridden into the ground a bit. Were you nervous about it, something reoccurring, or the adrenaline just pumping by that stage and you're like, whatever, man, let's just get on with it?
yeah, I was strap bent. There was no way I was going backwards. It wasn't moving.
Yeah,
I remember I came on, and the second I came on, like, I couldn't get a kick some weeks, and this week it just came to me.
Yeah.
And I tried to handball, and I had this like handball from my shoulder. It was like,
Here, take this.
Yeah, it got there a little bit, but it wasn't pretty. But good example of not to listen to your players and listen to the physios. So Ads came up to me and he's like, yeah, you'll be 4 to 6, you'll be surgery tomorrow morning. And I'm like, shit. Talk to this physio. He's like, no, mate, you'll be fine.
Thanks for your vote of confidence, man.
Pick who you listen to.
Oh, well done. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the boys. That was great. So I'm going to start off by introducing the segment. It's called Simply the Best. All right, let's see how we go here. You've got a series of 13 or 14 odd questions. You see, if you like the question and you think you know the answer, get ready to buzz in. Here comes your first question. How many premierships has your club won? Oh, that was really close. Who reckons it was Simon? Who reckons it was Paul? All right, Paul, you get it. How many premierships have you won?
Does that include night premierships as well? No, we'll just go day. We'll go 2.
Yeah, good. That's what I've got written down here, and that's for the emphasis of the show. That'll work. How many? So yeah, that's 1 point to Paul. That's 1 point. Yeah. Good. Off the mark. There we go. How many times has your team played in a losing? Simon.
2.
Yes, correct. There we go. 1 point each. Who is your team's captain? Paul.
That would be the Bont.
Marcus Bontempelli, correct. Full name. That's great. Who wears the number 7 at your club? Paul.
Juicy Brucey. 17?
No.
17?
No. I said who wears the number 7 at your club?
Lucky Hunter.
Simon.
Hunter.
Yes, Lucky Hunter, correct. You get the points. There you go.
Fair enough.
Nice. How many members does your club currently have? Paul.
Just over 50,000.
Wow. Yeah,
50,233?
No, 232. You've done it. You've got it. Well done. Where did your team finish on the ladder at the end of the home and away season last year?
Simon.
Paul.
5th.
5th is correct. Well done. He's doing all right down here, isn't he?
I've got 2 syllables in my buzzer.
You've got...
He's got a point. Simon is
Wow.
than Paul.
Maybe
Okay.
just size.
First time I've ever heard that.
Simon.
All right. Okay. Wow, I don't know where to go with that. How many games did your team win last year? Paul.
15.
Wow, I didn't even finish the question. He got it right. Yeah, 15 is correct. Well done.
Wasn't it?
That's what I think you might have to jump in.
Wasn't it 18?
No, it was 15.
We won some finals.
You want... No. How many games did you... Well, see, because I didn't... See, now this is... No, we're going to get technical because you pulled me up.
Okay.
I didn't get to finish the whole question because
Okay.
it's how many questions did your team win last year at the end of the home and away season? And that was 15, not 18. I thank you for your time, though. All right. What year did your team last win a grand final? Paul. Oh, I've got a dispute up here. Simon.
2016.
Correct. And you want the rest of the question?
Okay.
No, you don't have to have it. I can just give it to Paul. And who did they play?
Paul. Sydney.
No, he's all right. There wasn't... No, done. You've got it. 1 point, done. How many points... Wow. How many points did you win
Paul.
that... Wow, Paul.
22.
Yes, correct, it is. 22 it is. Paul, you're really... I can say, you're pissing Caleb off a bit, I reckon.
Sorry.
He's trying to score here, mate.
Sorry, mate.
All right, here we go. Who was the last Western Bulldogs player to win
Paul.
that? Paul.
That would be Adam Cooney.
No. Would you like the rest of the question, Simon? I love it when they jump in and get it
I
wrong.
love the rest of the question.
Who was the last Western Bulldogs player to win the Norm Smith medal?
JJ.
Yes, correct. Do you know what year?
2016.
Well done. Good man. All right. 1 point. 1 point. Just 1 point for that. This, though, is worth 2 points, okay? Who was your club's leading goal kicker? Paul.
Aaron Norton.
I love it when he jumps in early. This is so good. Do you want to hear the rest of the question, Simon?
Love it.
All right. Who was your club's leading goal kicker in 2021 and how many goals did they kick?
Oh, 2021. Bruce with 48.
Wow. He got it. 2 points. Well done. Beautiful. Josh Bruce with 48 goals.
Well done.
What are we looking at score-wise? Oh, scores are level. 6 apiece. All right, here we go. This one's worth 3 points. Player, year and votes, okay? Player, year and votes. Who was the last Western Bulldogs player to win a Brownlow medal?
Paul.
What year and how many votes did they poll? Paul.
Adam Cooney.
Yes.
2008.
Yes.
And he polled 25.
2 points you get. Adam Cooney is correct. 2008 is correct. Simon, would you like to have a guess at how many votes?
24.
Spot on. There you go. 2 points goes to Paul, 1 point goes to Simon. So we're sitting on 8 versus 7. All right. Please listen to the entirety of the question before you answer. You're going to need to in order to get this answer correct.
Sure.
I am going to give you 3 Bulldog player names. You have to tell me what their combined jumper numbers add up to. Once you buzz in, you only have 3 seconds, correct, Sam? 3 seconds on the clock to give me your answer. Here are your 3 player names. Jason Johannesson, Tom Liberatore, Josh Bruce.
Paul.
Simon.
Paul.
77.
Correct. Wow. He's pretty good, this boy, isn't he? Wow. Okay, so it's 9 versus 7. It's only worth 1 point, this, but we'll just have to see how we go. Here's the player names. You give me the total combined jumper numbers. Mitch Wallace, Bailey Smith, Tim English.
Simon. 53.
Spot on, you got it. Well done. We have a total score of 8 versus 9. Oh! Pip to the post, bad luck. Doesn't matter. Everyone's a winner. That's good for footy. You, though, Paul, are simply the best. Well done, mate. Good stuff.
Well, mate.
Thank you.
Mate, there's a Buffalo sports bag with, I think, 10 grand, isn't it? 10 grand in cash, yeah. 10 grand in cash. Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
You don't go home empty-handed, Simon. That's good for footy football for you. All right? Boys might sign that for you a little bit later on. Well done. Thanks, boys. Good stuff. Well done, Paul. Simply the Best was proudly brought to you by Yamaha and the Big Picture People. They are the experts in surround sound, home theatre technology. The Big Picture People are located in Hoppers Crossing, Clyde North, Watergarden, South Morang, Cheltenham and the Gold Coast. So we'll introduce a segment. It's called Cool World. All right, the way this one works, boys, I'm just going to ask you a series of questions. There's no particular order. That's what I'm about to say. You just come in with your answer and tell me what your answer is. We like it, you get a point. Have you ever Googled yourself?
Yes.
All right, that's a point each down the front. Well done, okay. Do you watch replays of games that you feature in?
No.
Nah.
No? All right, no points down the front.
That's a lie.
You can't handle the truth.
Yes.
Wow. All right. Hey, Chloe, you can change that to a point. You get one. Well done. Yeah. Yeah.
Rewarding lying on this show. It's a
Every
joke.
time we like it, we give a point. So you just helped him out there. Would you get a hair transplant if you were starting to go bald?
Yes.
A point each. All right. Have you ever said, "Do you know who I am?" when lining up at a nightclub?
No.
Oh, very firm. Okay, no points there. Have you ever fudged a footy story to make it sound better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever brought a present for your partner, but it was really for you?
Stiff, mate. You don't have a partner. I'll get one. Yes.
Yeah. Could have been your
Yep.
mum or dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Here's a happy
All the time.
Merry Christmas, Cody. That's for you. Yeah. Okay. All right. So a point each down the front. I like it. Have you ever regifted a gift that was given to you?
Last week, yes.
Can we?
Two points.
Yes. Can we ask what yours was?
Bottle of wine.
Oh, that's not too bad.
yeah, that's
all
genuine.
right. Yeah. We've all done that. Okay, all right, that's good. Have you ever pretended to be on the phone to avoid a conversation?
Yes.
Oh, they were very quick about that one. That's a point each down the front. Are you on social media more than 4 hours a day?
Close.
Probably.
Nah. Yeah. About 4, yeah.
About 4?
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'd say so, yeah.
All right, we'll give you a point each for that. Okay, that's good enough. Someone annoying is talking to you and they have parsley stuck in between their teeth. Do you tell them?
No.
Yeah, nah. Not if they annoy me. No way.
Not if they annoy me, no way. All right, good. Yeah, okay. A point down the front for that. This is your last question, boys. You get upgraded at an event, a restaurant or a hotel to VIP status because someone thinks that you're really someone that you're not. Do you say anything or just go along with it?
Go along with it, sure.
Go along with it. Well done. What was the score? 9-10. Doesn't matter, you're both winners. Well done. Thanks. Bloody brilliant. Excellent. Good stuff. What do we give you? Oh, I reckon we've got... There's a beanie. There we go. Chloe, there's a beanie for you. Keep your head warm. And Cooper, there's a beanie for you. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
What's that? All right, so what's going to happen here, we'll introduce a segment that's called Say My Name. All right, thank you so much for going first, Caleb. This is wonderful. You've got 45 seconds on the clock, my friend. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a player number. I want you to give me their Christian name and their surname from the club. It's all the recent list. If you get to a point where you don't know the player, just pass, because we want to get out as many as we can and see what your score can be, because he's then going to try and beat it. And I can tell you, he's pretty bloody competitive, all right? Yep. So we want to see what score you can get. 45 seconds on the clock, which means that you're going to be keeping score, Indy, for Caleb on the first round. Every time that you hear that noise again, you just flip it over, and I'll tell you whether it's right or wrong. We go from there. Your time starts with your first one. Are you ready to go?
Born ready.
High tension in it. Yeah, I can tell. All right. Here's your first one. Number 35.
Caleb Daniel.
Excellent. Number 20.
Ed Richards.
Correct. Number 27.
Oh, Jesus. Robbie McCann.
Excellent. Number 31.
Ballydale.
Correct. Number 39.
Jason Johannesson.
Correct. Number 44.
Tim English.
Correct. Number 37.
Rourke Smith.
Correct. Number 17.
Josh Bruce.
Correct. Number 6.
Bailey Smith.
Correct. Number 2.
Jamari Uguagan.
Excellent. Number 11.
Jack McRae.
Correct. Number 8.
Steph Martin.
Correct. Number 16.
Toby McLean.
Correct. Number 42.
Oh, God. Alex Keith.
Correct. Number 23.
Lathan Vandermeer.
Correct. Number 4.
Marcus Bontempelli.
Correct. Number 5.
Josh Dunkley.
Correct. Number 14.
Riley West.
Excellent. There you go. How many did you get? 19. Wow! Man, that was a good score. Well done. Hey, hey Ben, are you excited?
Oh, yeah.
Don't come up here and knock me off my seat or anything. That was cool. Hey, you've got a score of 19 to beat.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to switch the paper around this way so you can't see, all right?
See through.
So you're going to be keeping score, Ben. Your time will start with your first answer. You ready to go, mate?
Yep.
Okay, number 12.
Zane Cordy.
Correct. Number 30.
Lockie McNeil.
Correct. Number 1.
Adam Trelaw.
Number 3.
Mitch Wallace.
Correct. Number 15.
Taylor Dray.
Correct. Number 22.
Who moved there? It's from Jamara. Tim English. Tim O'Brien.
Correct. Number 32.
Arthur Jones.
Yes. Number 9.
Hayden Crozier.
Correct. Number 10.
Sam Darcy.
Correct. 13.
Josh Shackey.
Correct. 19.
Me. Cody Waitman.
Yeah. 21.
Tom Liberatore.
Correct. Number 38.
Riley Garcia.
Correct. Number 26.
26 is Scotty. Yeah, he is actually. Domi Bedendo.
Yes. All right, there you go. Finished up with the score off. Doesn't matter. We got 2 winners down the front. You guys were fantastic. Thank you very much. Good on you, boys. What was it? What was the end result? What was the end result? I know it was 19 and... Yep, something like that. All right, that's good. Doesn't matter because you're both winners. We just wanted to see what the boys would do. There's a cap for either one of you. There we go. Thanks very much, boys and girls, for playing. Really appreciate you being part of it. Well done. All right. That was good. Thank you to everyone for participating in the show tonight. Thank you for purchasing tickets and coming along. We love doing the Western Bulldogs shows. We wish we could do more of them. I just wish that you guys would tell more and more of your friends and bring as many as you can along. Fill the room up. 150, 160 people would be fantastic. Either way, you guys have been fantastic tonight. I thank you for your patronage and thank you for being cordial with the boys as well. I just need to let you know, I explained it at the start of the show, we do 2 current day players from each of the 10 Victorian clubs every Wednesday night from the Mulgrave Country Club. Coming up next week on the show, the 3rd of August, we'll be having Ben Mackay and Nick Larkey from the North Melbourne Football Club on the panel. And then on the 10th of August, sorry, but this show is already sold out, but I'm going to mention it anyway. On the 10th of August, we'll have from the Collingwood Football Club, Jack Ginnivan and Isaac Quainoa, who are both on the show. Yeah, that'll be good. You try and duck out of that one. Yeah, all right. If you're purchasing online, remember you can only get your tickets through the That's Good Footy website, www.that'sgoodfooty.com.au/events. Click on the links in the post on the That's Good Footy Facebook page. This will take you through to the ticketing platform. Or you can now also purchase your tickets at the door, all right? So you're welcome to just turn up and go, hey, Damo, let me in. You won't be able to do that on August the 10th, though, because it is sold out. I also just wanted to say thanks to the Mulgrave Country Club for having us here. I just said we've done 20 shows this year, which has been awesome. But part of those 20 shows has been the fantastic Sam, on my sound engineer, and the wonderful Sandy. Could you please put your hands together for them? Can't do it without them. They're bloody wonderful. I've told you if you'd like to be kept informed of upcoming shows or you just want to follow the page, go onto the Facebook page and like it, because that's where your photos are going to be later on this evening, all right? Don't ring me, don't text me, don't message me and say, hey, where's my photos? They'll be up on the That's Good Footy Facebook page later on tonight. You get them and then you can do whatever you want with them because they're yours, all right? That's what we do here at the shows. I also just wanted to pay a lot of respect here to both Cody and to Caleb for coming along during what are probably difficult times at the moment in relation to how things are in Melbourne. It was great that they came along and they were wonderful with all of you tonight. They were so cordial. Their candour has been wonderful. Their patronage just to be over there and do everything they did. I can't thank you boys enough, so I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's right. Put your hands together for them. Caleb, second time back, a little bit different. How'd you go tonight? You enjoy yourself?
Yeah, I had a great time. It was good fun. So hopefully see a few more people out next time I do it. If I get another gig.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, you know, we'll talk about that. Yeah. Absolutely. First time on the show. No, you probably didn't have any idea walking in what it was going to be like. Everything that you thought, or less or more?
No, it was great. I enjoyed it, yeah. It's great to be a bit more personal with the fans and get to know a few more people. It's great.
A lot of people have been asking me, will you come back?
Oh, I'll come back, absolutely.
Yeah. Good. That's all we wanted to hear. Hey, this has been the That's Good Footy panel show. Thank you to everyone for coming along tonight. We hope to see you again soon. My name's Damien. We'll see you again soon. Thank you and good night.
Thanks.
Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.